purely diagrammatic, and then there are lungs, and once these are lungs, so there are different lobes, upper lobe, lower lobe, and middle lobes. In the right and in the left there are two lobes, you see. So what happens? So these bronchi are then divided into bronchioles, and once they are divided into bronchioles, so each bronchioles are now supplying this alveolar sacs. So it multiplies and folds, you see. So many times it's folding, and once it's going to fold, so it's going to prepare alveolar sacs, and there are many alveolar sacs, or they are called alveoli as well. Alveoli. So their plural is alveoli. And then this is the purely diagrammatic, and this is the voice box, you see, the larynx. And so once air is inhaled, so you know air is a mixture of oxygen plus carbon dioxide plus nitrogen, and you have been taught in your general science at 7th level that हवा मुख्तलिफ गैसों का अमेज़ा है. So you see, air is now having different, it's a mixture of different gases. You see there may be water vapors as well, water vapors, and now this pollutant word, there are some pollutant as well. So pollutant as well, pollutants. This is important from respiratory diseases point of view. Respiratory diseases, especially cardiopulmonary disease, COPD, cardiopulmonary disease, or carpal, carpal. So this is important. Now, once this air is inhaled, so what happens? Now the oxygen pressure is high and carbon dioxide is low, you know. But what happens at the level of tissues? So you see here is tissues. Here blood is supplied. If I drive for you very diagrammatically, so this now is converted into capillaries, and these capillaries now are making a capillary networks. So the exchange happens here. Exchange of gases takes place here. But you see, if I magnify this for you, so there is a basement membrane. There is a basement membrane, and this is the side of alveolus. This is alveolus. This one portion has been magnified. You can say this. This has been magnified, and there is artery. Arterioles or artery or capillary. Capillary will be the best terminology. So what happens once blood is coming? You see, so it's coming from heart, and now this is returned to the lungs. So think about that. Whether this is artery or vein, supplying blood coming from the heart toward the lungs, and then from lungs it goes to heart. So you have studied the circulation. Now what happens? Oxygen. There is RBC. And RBC contains hemoglobin. And the property and function of hemoglobin is that oxygen is bound to it, and it carries also carbon dioxide as well. Now there are certain level partial pressure of gases. So the partial pressure of gases of carbon dioxide is less here. You see, it's high, and oxygen is much more that is attached with the hemoglobin. So oxygen is high. So what happened? There can be two possibilities. Whether this may be a lung, this may be coming from the heart directly, or it may be coming towards from the other venous system, venous return, and it may be arterial return. So अब इस डिटेल में हम नहीं जा रहे, लेकिन एक चीज है, and that is important. So you see, once you inhale air, so if you start from here, the oxygen pressure is high. The air now comes and you reach here, and the carbon dioxide pressure is less. So here the carbon dioxide pressure is high. Therefore, carbon dioxide will come here. And this oxygen is now being uptaken and attached with hemoglobin. Therefore, the blood, once it carries, so it carries oxygen from the alveolar sacs to the blood, and from the blood it carries to the tissues. So the tissues are now oxygenated, and at the tissues level, which contains cells, you see are different bodies. Then you might have studied the terminology that is oxidato-phosphorylation, and you see an oxidato-phosphorylation means cellular respiration. Cellular respiration. You might have been through this terminology, cellular respiration. So ultimately the oxygen reaches the tissues, and this innervates. And you see Krebs cycles. You know there is Krebs cycle, and this Krebs cycle, ATPs are generated. You see, and these ATPs are sources of energy. But what happens in oxidato-phosphorylation? This oxygen is used, and if your food is having carbohydrates, so in the presence of oxygen, it is converted into carbon dioxide plus water and plus energy. So you see, so and this waste material is now there, and this is that carbon dioxide that has been brought by the blood back towards this level of basement membranes or level of alveoli. So what happens now? If you increase this thickness, this is the thickness of this membrane. Increasing thickness of basement membrane, क्या होगा? Membrane will lead to decrease in oxygenation. How? The exchange will be hampered, and once the exchange is hampered, so you should be quite vigilant about this oxygenation phenomena in case of respiratory diseases or respiratory disorders. And once we talk about respiratory diseases, we will talk about COPDs, and the other terminology is the asthma. And I have talked in the previous lecture what is asthma. So you know, now if the lumen of bronchiole is like this one, this is the transverse section you see, and there is dot, this dot represents the longitudinal muscle fibers, and there is circular muscle fiber as well, circular. So if there is a spasm of this bronchioles happens, so its lumen is now narrowed, you see, and you can see the diameter is narrowed. And if the diameter is narrowed, means it will pose hindrance to as well. So bronchospasm is another terminology. Bronchospasm, the spasm, here the bronchioles mean the adjective, the prefix broncho is used. So the bronchospasm will be another factor to affect ultimately the oxygenation phenomena as well. So these two parameters are very important. Plus 1, 2, the third, level of oxygen. And level of oxygen, if we talk about this, so you may be at different high altitudes as well. So once you go to Gandharan or Chitral, so you see, so you are at high altitudes from the sea level. And then these three are the cardinal parameters that's going to affect not only the cellular respiration, but the act of respiration as well. So, and you know the act of respiration is now consistent of inspiration and then expiration. Inspiration and expiration. And you know, inspiration is ectophenomena. It involves energies. This is ectophenomena, and this is passive. This is passive. So ectophenomena is inspiration is ectophenomena, and expiration is passive phenomena. Therefore, energy is involved in this process, and there is no energy involved in this process. And you are quite familiar with the act of respiration, and that is inspiration. When the gas goes up, so the internal pressures goes down. So thus the air is rushed towards the nasopharynx, and then it goes to this voice local this lungs, and thus air is rushed in. So these three characteristics and parameters are very important in a situation. Now going to asthma. Asthma is a condition characterized by increase in the responsiveness of trachea or the lumen of the bronchioles towards any foreign particles. This is important. Asthma is a condition characterized by increase in responsiveness. And the responsiveness of bronchioles, you see this here are smooth muscle fibers, circular and longitudinal. And these circular and longitudinal, when spasm is there, so it's going to pose hindrance. So in case of asthma, there is increase in the responsiveness of either trachea or the bronchioles towards any foreign particles. But remember, once we talk about foreign particles, so here I use the word intentionally pollutant. Pollution is a big problem, global phenomena, you see. And this, one is fog and the other is smog. You are quite familiar with these terminologies. And this also refers to certain profession like chakki or atta वगैरह जो है ना, वो people who work in those industries, in normal industries. So that stones has been converted to dust, and that dust is in hairs, and that goes and settles down, you see, permanently settling down here. So it is going to pose hindrance, thickness is increased. There may be mucus as well. There are goblet cells as well, and that's secrete mucus. So in response to the pollutants, the goblet cells secrete mucus.